Hello, everyone. So, I didn't want to have to do this again, but I do. I failed again. um, but it ended up being more of a win than I expected. And here's why. Um, so, it was the diet thing again. It was an accident again, about some sugar slipping into a meal that I didn't know about. But it is what I can't unsee something if I know that there's something that slipped in there that's not part of my diet, and I even if I find out after the fact, and I was like, well, I didn't knowingly do it. It happened, and I made a word to myself, and I need to keep it. So, what is um, what feels really uh, exciting about this to me, even though it sucks and I have to start over again, um, uh, is that I, in the past, if I messed up on something, I would basically scratch the whole day. I would scratch the day. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, now I'll let off the gas. And this actually happened a few days ago. This happened like 3 or 4 days ago. I just haven't had a post about it. Um, so I would have let off the gas and be like, oh, okay, well, maybe I don't need to read my 10 pages today. Okay, well, maybe I don't need to do 2 workouts. What big deal if I don't drink a whole gallon of water? Um, I would have let off the gas and I would have stopped being consistent on the things that I know are good for me. And that has happened. And then one messed up day turns into 3, 7 days, a week, turns into a couple weeks, turns into a month. And before you know it, you are completely off track in your life. With this one, I had a slip up, and I could have very easily just been like, you know what, all right, so I'll get back on it tomorrow. And I just said to myself, it's like, you know what? Um, I am, I'm going to proceed on with the rest of my day, uh, like I completed it, even though I didn't. And I'm going to make sure that I do my other tasks. And I'm going to stay faithful to this challenge, even though I failed. And that was a huge, huge win. So taking that's my big takeaway for this is it really is, it's starting to get into my bones now as far as being a lifestyle change, because like even though it's hard to pull out that book and start reading, I always feel better when I start doing it, especially after I get done with it. Even though it's hard to do those 2 workouts every day, um, once I get started with it, I'm always feeling better, etc., etc. You just go down the line, and that's what I'm taking away with this. Um, yeah, actually, it's a slight topic change, but speaking of doing the hard thing, that's actually what I'm realizing. That's uh, that's kind of the big challenge for me right now, is doing something that I know I should be doing, um, when like don't doing something that I know that I should be doing, but it's just difficult, hard. Like it's not hard for me to take accountability for a situation like that and be truthful and be faithful. What's and to speak about it. What I'm finding is really hard right now is to speak about it in this way, in this environment, on social media, and put myself out there in this way. It's just very unfamiliar. It's flexing this new muscle, and I'm having difficulty in maintaining some sort of consistency around this and doing this every single day. So, um, I'm going to do a hard thing, even though it's not part of my 75 hard program, and I'm not gonna fail. I'm not gonna fail my program if I miss a day or something like that. But um, I am going to make posting about 75 hard every day for the duration of the program. I'm not going to say that it's my intention to post every day. I'm going to say that I'm posting every day. And I'm doing that because I really, really don't want to, but I know that I need to. You know, I heard about that from a David Goggins interview that I watched a few weeks ago. And there's a specific part of our brain that actually grows when we do something that is hard that we know is good for us. And the interesting thing is that when it stops being hard for us, then it's no longer growing that area in the same way. So I'm taking that to heart for something like this, to where I know that ultimately I do want to start sharing myself, my thoughts, my perspectives, my opinions, and ultimately my music online. And I need to start doing this consistently, to flex this muscle, because it's really unfamiliar and really challenging for me. So I wanted to put that out there, into this as well. And I appreciate you watching this portion of the video, this entire video. Thank you for tuning in, for however long you tuned in, whether it was for the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds, a minute, or the entire thing. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to be with me here during this. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.